Hi, my name is Ken Anderson. I'm with Winnebago Industries, and I'm going to talk to you about the 31G in the Spirit. It's a wonderful floor plan. It's a nice, spacious floor plan. It does offer a bunk unit. The bunk unit in this one will double as a storage facility. So when you drop the top bunk, or lower the top bunk, there's your second bunk. It does go up, secure itself, and then you do have storage capabilities. Well, another way to refer to it is actually a storage unit that drops down as a bunk instead of vice versa. So it does give you some versatility in having some sleeping room if you have the occasional guest, or if you just want to use it for storage. Another nice thing here is the little window down here at the bottom. And what a lot of folks, in the reality of RVing, a lot of folks will do is if they have a pet, this is a nice place for that pet to ride, a nice soft cushion, or if they have for families and things, of course, bunk beds are great features for kids. Some things that make Winnebago very, very unique is our parts system. So when you open up cabinets in a Winnebago, you're going to see a part number. That number will indicate where that part is. So if you need to replace a door, if you need to replace fabrics and cushions, you're going to find a Winnebago part number. One of the big things at Winnebago that we say, we're a builder, we're not an assembler. So as a builder of your RV, having the ease of parts, if you need to make a change, if you have a scratch, or at the back end of your RVing experience with Winnebago, if you want to resell it, it's a great way to upgrade your coach and update your coach to have it resellable on the market. Winnebago does resell very, very strong in the industry. Okay. Some nice things about the structure of a Winnebago. When you look at a Winnebago, everything's embedded into steel. So all of our cabinetry, all of our appliances are going to be embedded into steel. The equation for you as an RVer, what that means is it's going to be a lot more tighter fit and finish. Because remember, we manufacture and build and don't just assemble, because we have our own cabinetry, our own upholstery, and so being a manufacturer that makes that, we're in control of how it fits in. So when we CAD design and when we fit in, and we fit our coaches at a nice tight fit and finish. To demonstrate that, at 220 pounds, I'm going to suspend myself from this cabinet. Now there's a lot of manufacturers, you're not going to be able to do that. And what that equates to is just a nice, tight, quiet ride. So these are some unique features when you get into any Winnebago that you're going to find. And when people talk about the quality of a Winnebago, there's actual physical ways to go in and feel those things. If you notice, when I did suspend myself from that cabinet, you didn't hear any creaking. That's because of the embedded steel. There's a lot of things that you don't see at first glance in a Winnebago that make Winnebago a great product. As we mentioned before, at Winnebago we have our own upholstery. So let's say, for example, currently if someone had a 1974 Winnebago Chieftain and needed some fabrics, we could still match that fabric. We have a huge warehouse of materials for all of our coaches. Another way to demonstrate that is, so if you look at the part number, the Winnebago part number on here, as was mentioned before, okay, and now we look into our upholstery. This is another thing that you don't see in a Winnebago, and it's typical. You're going to have the condensed foam, and if you think over time, you're going to have an indentation. And after time, even if my thumb was on this indentation would, over time, it's gonna consume a little bit of your upholstery, of your lining. So even now, I have this small indentation that bounces back, of course. What we do at Winnebago, we add this extra little layer, and that's what's going to absorb a lot of your use. This is the side that will be leaned on or sat on. Okay, and by adding this little extra layer, we're able to take the pressure off this absorption from here and actually have it dispersed throughout the whole cushion. That's a little thing that, you know, when you look inside, as you walk around and look at various RVs, and you start looking at the little things that Winnebago does, the little embedded steel, as I mentioned, our parts system, by adding that little piece of foam to help disperse some of the use on that. And it's a very important thing as you look around and you feel, and you open and close cabinets, and you feel a little bit of a stick, and you can hear that click, and you can hear the tight quality fit in there. Those are very, very important things to do. And we at Winnebago, as being a builder of RVs, you know, that's very important as well. Something I can talk about are our water tanks. Okay, so when you look at water tanks, we manufacture and build our own water tanks. So we have sometimes very different configurations of water tanks. Maybe a 47-gallon gray tank and a 42-gallon black tank and a 55-gallon freshwater tank, and those are kind of odd configurations. And one way to explain it is, since we manufacture and build those, we're in control of how they fit. So in a Winnebago, sometimes we'll build that water tank around an elbow, and we'll fit those little pieces, of tanks like a jigsaw puzzle in your coach. The equation for a Winnebago RVer is when you get that in your coach, and now it's fit in there like a puzzle, it's a nice, tight, quiet ride. As opposed to possibly having just a square area that's welded together and order the tank from somewhere else and have that tank put in. We don't do it that way. We build the tank ourselves. That way, if you ever needed a new tank, we build it. Plus, by building it ourselves, we're in control of how it fits, giving you a tighter, nicer, quiet ride.